Crazy historical photos you won't see anywhere. Jenny Joseph cycles through 28 poses to become the face of the Columbia Pictures logo, 1992. Marilyn Monroe stands beside her husband, playwright Arthur Miller, catching a quiet breath in 1956. Cyndi Lauper in 1981 when punk pop still had sharp edges. Early 1900s firefighter's suit designed to let crews push closer to the flames without turning back. North Carolina Kmart freezes mid-shift to watch the moon landing live on July 16, 1969. The world's largest log cabin towers in Portland, Oregon, built in 1905, photographed in 1938. A family claims the American prairie in the 1880s. Wind, grass, and stubborn hope. Princess Diana and Prince Charles on holiday with William and Harry, 1989. Royalty trying to be just a family. 15 years of name badges, a plastic timeline of faces that clocked in and grew up. Mark Twain turns breakfast into a prologue. 1890s wit with hot coffee. American youth in the 1940s, calm before the world speeds up again. The tomb of Amyantus, carved into a cliff above Fethiye, Turkey, around 350 BCE. York's Gate introduces the city. England's old stones meeting new footsteps. 1865 to 2015 in one glance. A ring's lifetime promise actually holds. 22 years on, honored since he got it at 12. New York City in 1996. Billboards shouting over taxis. A church surrendered to ivy. No choir left, just echo and dust. Tower Bridge rises over the Thames. London's new giant in the making, 1889. Little Italy's street pulse in the early 1900s. Shops, laundry lines, and loud greetings. One house stacked with 100 to 800 years of memory, curated by a single keeper. Barbara Eden in the 1950s. Some people simply never have a bad decade. Rare but real. Photographs of Andrew Jackson still survive. A young Elizabeth beside a playhouse gifted to her and Princess Margaret by Wales in 1932. Hostess fruit pies. Instant time travel back to 80s Boy Scout camp. A 19th century Japanese firefighter's coat with a spider motif. Fearless pattern for dangerous work. Sally Field owning the frame in 1975. A silent film long presumed lost resurfaces when an intern opens a dusty Long Island box. Women tie into Swiss glacier ropes in the early 1900s. Umbrellas carried like part of the outfit. The Port Jackson shark, nature's painted mask on a living torpedo. A shark statue lurking on the floor of Lake Neuchâtel, Switzerland. Still water, colder feeling. Sophia Loren, 1954. One glance that does all the dialogue. The Green Turtle Sandbox, a title that sounds like a secret you're not supposed to know. The Royal Crescent in Bath, UK, built in 1774. Watching eras drift from 1829 to 2020. Suzanne Plechette's 1969 publicity still. Same year she appears in If It's Tuesday, This Must Be Belgium. Sigmund Freud sits for his own likeness while sculptor Oscar Nemov shapes the face of an idea. Helene Stewart. Home mid-1950s, mid-century warmth caught in a quiet room. Sally Field on Gidget in 1965, breezy energy you can hear even in stillness. Heather Thomas at Farm Aid in Manor, Texas, 1986. Star power working daylight hours. Newly spotted Nazca lines in Peru, traced with AI so ancient hands can be seen. Roughly 100 BCE to 650 CE. That finale you can't forget even if you try. 41 years later, it still feels like an era closing. Plastic hand puppets of Burger King and Ronald McDonald. Bright, blunt 1976 nostalgia. A 450-kilometer border where Belgium and the Netherlands slice through houses and streets. Maps drawn across living rooms. Tom Noituna, an Aboriginal man, lifts a newly installed telephone for the first time. Circa 1980, Hello World. Photographer Pierre Ellis Edlund with his daughter Tyra in Sweden, circa 1910. Tenderness on glass. Marilyn Monroe at JFK's birthday after party in New York, 1962. Glamour at half volume in the Crim's home. Julie Newmar, 1960s, glamour that doesn't blink. An 80s New York office so classic it feels like a movie set that forgot to yell cut. Sylvester Stallone kept the turtles Cuff and Link from Rocky. 49 years old and still scene stealers. A bronze Roman door in St. John Lateran. Ferried from the Curia Julia, Rome lending Rome to itself. The Manhattan Bridge mid-build, 1908 bones beside today's skyline in one look. A still Swiss pond mirroring mountains like a heartbeat slowed down. A domestic goose welcomed by Canada geese. Family by choice, not species. Marilyn Monroe in a sleek black two-piece, giving a brisk airport interview in Los Angeles. February 25, 1956. The upward curly waggle tops the load like a signature flourish on old machinery. One of the Titanic Belfast's 3 great chimneys looms over the United Kingdom's shipbuilding pride. Fans so good they became the benchmark, not just the product. In a private gathering, Frank Sinatra flips open an album and starts telling stories and photographs. One guest leans in. Marilyn Monroe, 1961, listening like the room just got smaller. Prague then and now. 1910 beside 2023, as if the clock's pull and a streetlight are the only pieces missing. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Have a nice day.